What is good, YouTube? Welcome to today's video. Today I'll be reviewing part 4, Diamond Is Unbreakable. When it's between parts 1 to 4, I think this is the best part. I love the blend Araki finds between slice of life, shonen, action, mystery, and even thriller. If you were to ask me which part summarizes JoJo the best between these four, I'd have to give it a part 4. The other parts seem like building blocks for where Araki wants to take his story, and part 4 is where it feels like he finally figured it out. Now before we get into my thoughts and feelings of part 4, if you are new, welcome. Here on this channel we cover all sorts of dope anime and manga related content, so definitely subscribe and join the channel. I'll put a review out for the first 3 parts, so feel free to check that out after you are done with this video. Let me know your personal opinions and thoughts on part 4, what you liked about it, what you felt like could have been done better, and what you enjoyed most about it. With that being said, let us begin. So the first thing I like to talk about for part 4 is our protagonist, Josuke. I love Josuke as a character. He's so kind and forgiving, yet quick-tempered at the same time. He's carefree when it comes to many things and he'll let a lot slide. However, he takes great pride in his hair and won't let anyone disrespect it. We later find out why, because of the guy who saved his life when he was younger, which adds to the reason why he's not to let anyone disrespect it. I'm curious though, could that have boy been Josuke from the future, or was it just some random delinquent? It's something we'll probably never find out. However, I will say I kind of like it that way because, you know, something should just be kept a mystery, right? I like how cool Josuke is. He feels like a person you'd want to be friends with in real life. I don't know, he's just a really good guy, and I feel like the slice of life vibes in part 4 complement Josuke's personality really well, so yeah, Josuke was definitely a fun MC. Moving on to the setting of part 4 is my favorite part, and for many readers, it's one of their favorite things about the JoJo franchise. Shit, even Araki loves it. As a matter of fact, he loved it so much he brought it back in part 8. Spoilers. I love the town of Morioh. Araki finds a perfect balance between it being a cool town to hang out in, but also a town where weird stuff could happen from time to time. But that's not because of the town itself, it's just the weird people that live there. Throughout part 4, Araki does a really good job when it comes to making the reader feel immersed in the town of Morioh. Through visiting shops, malls, and hunting areas, restaurants, creepy salons, the list goes on. It almost makes you feel as if you're a tourist visiting Morioh and you're being taken through a tour of the entire town and meeting all the people in it. The chapters where we are just engaging in wholesome interactions yet still maintaining that bizarre feeling, such as when Okuyasu and Josuke go into an Italian restaurant, was just wholesome, you know. I love Araki just making it a weird restaurant and nothing more. By nothing more, I mean like a serial killer disguised as a chef who has bad intentions. Like, it's just a guy who generally wants to cook for others and just happens to have a stand. Like, that was really wholesome and it was a nice twist. Next, I want to talk about Jotaro Kujo. I feel like even though Jotaro isn't the main character of part 4, we still got a lot more of his personality than we did in part 3. Which I feel like greatly adds to Jotaro's character. In part 3, the only time we ever dove into what Jotaro was thinking was when he was fighting an enemy. Besides that, he was pretty quiet and reserved, and the others, mainly Polnareff and Joseph, did the talking. We see Jotaro as a big brother toward Josuke in part 4, which is really cool. I feel like being placed in that big brother role allows him to be much more vocal than he would have been in part 3. And I think that makes sense, you know, because he's now older, and he's definitely, you know, learned to drop the delinquent act and learn how to express himself better. And a perfect example of this would be Jotaro's big brother role he plays when Josuke attempts to bring his grandfather back after he is killed by Angelo. Josuke starts to panic when his stand powers that he's used to healing people aren't working. Jotaro then calms him down and explains that no matter how OP stand powers are, once a life has been taken away, it can't be brought back with a stand. And he needs to understand that. With that being said, you know, Jotaro explains to him that this guy's a serial killer and that he should use this motivation to protect the town. Jotaro forces Josuke to get out of his comfort zone, and he teaches him skills that make him so elite that he knows how to deliver under pressure. We saw this in the final chapter of Let's Go Hunting, the mini arc where Jotaro makes it clear to Josuke that he has to take the shot because Shining Diamond could heal him but not Josuke, so killing the rat falls on him. Well, Josuke delivered on him. We even got a wholesome smile at the end from Jotaro. Yeah, part 4 Jotaro is really good. Moving on, another character I really enjoyed was Rohan. I think Rohan is like a fan favorite amongst the JoJo's like fans. Like, there's no fan that doesn't like Rohan. You could tell Araki really enjoyed writing Rohan, as it may have reflected a part of him as a manga artist, which was really cool. Rohan's Stand Heaven Door is really OP, and it fits perfectly with his character as someone who is obsessed with their career and art as a manga artist. Really passionate about it. With that being said, I feel like Araki almost wrote himself into a corner with the fight against Rohan, and he had to rely on a gag in order for Josuke to win. Man's literally went on a blind rate. He was just attacking random shit. I found that really funny. And he also beat Rohan so badly that he had to go on a hiatus, which really must have sucked for Rohan, who loves his career. But yeah, I love this character. I also like Koichi as well. He's a kind person, you know, everyone wants to make friends with him, and he's even helped Rohan improve as a person. I also think it's not a long shot to say that Koichi had the best character arc in part 4, so there's that too. But yeah, next we are about to talk about our main antagonist of part 4, which I really enjoyed, Yoshikakira. So first I would like to say I love how his identity was introduced through Rohan's adventure and how it leads us to finding out who he is and eventually facing off against him. Koichi's fight against Kira was good, like on so many levels. Like, it allowed Koichi to step up and grow further as a man. Even show how twisted Kira was. I mean, this guy was trying to change Koichi's sock before killing him, and like, bro, this guy's just insane. The chase following after the battle with Kira was absolutely amazing. Like, it felt so exciting. Like, I felt like I was watching a thriller movie like Nightcrawler featuring Jake Gyllenhaal. Kira's impact on Diamond Is Unbreakable is insane. Like, as soon as this guy is introduced into the story, like, so many people just start to die. Shugechi, Aya, the dude who ran the tailor shop, the list goes on. Prior to this kill streak, if you notice, part 4 was mostly chill for the most part. I mean, we had Angelo, but besides that, we didn't really have much murder going on. Kira just started going crazy. I really find the whole idea about Kira being a serial killer who wants to live a quiet life really funny. I mean, if you want to live a quiet life, like, wouldn't the idea of being a serial killer be a drag, considering you always have someone on your case trying to kill your ass? Regardless, I respect his determination, but I'm glad he got his ass. Moving on, I really like the twist when we got to meet his dad. The idea of there being more than one golden bow and arrow never crossed my mind. With that in mind, it makes a lot of sense to how Dio was able to form like an army such a short time frame. Back to Kira's dad. His stand powers were really bizarre. I mean, the man was attacking in the photo the whole entire time like he was in the series, bro. That stuff absolutely had me weak. I'm curious to know like when he died though, and like how he got his stand powers though. Like, I found that pretty weird. But I mean, it's Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. What can I say? I have to say, I do respect his determination to protect his son. You know, Kira's father is the definition of, son, I'll love you no matter what. And the moment he was like, my son wanted to kill young ladies even as a little boy, when I was like, yeah, that's his dad without a shadow of doubt. That being said, he was a very entertaining villain as well. But yeah, one of my biggest problems with part 3 was I felt like we didn't get enough of Dio. You know, what I mean by that is Araki did such a great job establishing Dio in part 1. He probably felt like he didn't need to do anything else with his character in Stardust Crusaders. So instead, we got a Monster of the Week format for Stardust Crusaders. On the other hand, when it came to part 4, we actually dedicated like mini arcs to Yoshikakira, like the cat that turned into a plant, which later became his pet, him killing a couple on the train to try to get on with his fetish, him and Hayato trying to figure out each other. You know, we got some decent panel time dedicated to seeing how Kira was adjusting to his new life while trying to live out his dream, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, but yeah, part 4 is really long. The entire part is like 174 chapters, which again, if it were up to me, it'd be shorter. But I can't complain considering like a lot of storylines in the last 70 chapters were dedicated mostly to building characters and tying up things with a nice bow. In those last 70 chapters, we were essentially slowly building towards you know, the gang uncovering Kira's identity while they went about their lives. Looking back, now that I think about it, they didn't stop living while they were searching for Kira. Like, Jotaro was looking at marine life during his free time, working on getting his PhD. Koichi was either like chilling or in cram school. Josuke and Okuyasu were hanging out, and Rohan was probably brainstorming some ideas for his series, you know, while they were still on the hunt, which I really liked. The final battle was really great. Josuke did a great job of pushing Kira to his limit. I kind of speed ran the last stretch. By that I mean like I read 40 chapters like in one go, so I'll definitely have to go back and read it, or maybe just watch the anime this time. But like, I still enjoyed it. Kira getting killed by a truck was the perfect way for him to go out, considering the type of person he was, so I couldn't really complain. And the overall ending of part 4 was just, you know, Josuke saying goodbye to Joseph and Jotaro was very wholesome, you know. So part 4 was really good, you know. I finished all parts of JoJo, and I do plan on reviewing them individually at some point, but part 4 will always definitely be one of my favorite parts of JoJo. Definitely top 4. But yeah, all in all, I'll rate part 4 like a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, and like I said, it felt like this was a story Araki wanted to tell from, you know, the beginning. So from part 1 to 4, I say Diamond Is Unbreakable represents JoJo's Bizarre Adventure the best. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed the review. Probably gonna have a golden win video coming out soon. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe button, and comment down below on how you felt about Diamond Is Unbreakable. It is your boy Morioh Anime, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Have an awesome day.